So today I'm making a chocolate cake with mayo, which sounds kind of weird, but I think it's actually somewhat common. I've never done it before, but apparently it makes it very moist. It's a recipe that I saw from Good Housekeeping. So I am doing the first part in a stand mixer, even though it says just to whisk by hand, because there's a frosting that I'm going to make that is going to be in the stand mixer. So I feel like I might as well just dirty this bowl, clean it out, and then reuse the bowl for the frosting. And I had to bring out the mixer anyway. So I'm just adding in 1.5 cups of warm water, a teaspoon of espresso powder, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1.25 cups of mayo. People say you cannot taste this. I'm hoping it's good. Tonight we are headed to Jim's uncle's house. His cousin is going to be there who just had a baby in July, so not that long ago. And her other 3 kids. So she has 4 kids and her husband. Jim is out of town, so I'm going to bring the 2 boys, and it'll be great because I don't have to cook dinner, even though I offered to make a dessert. It'll be a great way to help entertain Owen with other kids there, and hopefully it should be kind of fun. So I'm going to mix this up, and then, hold on one second, I'll show you what I did with the dry ingredients. Okay, so the dry ingredients, I think I need like a measuring cup. I put them in this bowl and I clearly overfilled the bowl, so this is kind of a mess, but I'm gonna just scoop it in here, and I think I'm just gonna put it on low and continue to incorporate it till it's all mixed together. I know sometimes Good Housekeeping is one of those places where I get recipes that you can't access unless you're a member or like pay for their magazine or their subscription or something. So I will try and list the recipe ingredients on the screen or in the description box, or link it if I can, if it's not one of those links that you have to be a member for, because I want you to be able to try and make this cake yourself. So with the cake in the oven, I am heading to our guest room, and in our guest room, I've been using the dresser for storage for clothing that I want to donate or try and consign. Donating, I've mostly been dropping that stuff off pretty quickly. I just find that it's so much easier and better to donate the second you make the decision to donate something, because if you hold on to it, then it gives you more of an opportunity to second guess your decision to declutter that item, and I just like getting it out of the house as quickly as possible. But consignment is a little bit different because I take it to a place here locally. I like doing local consignment. I haven't really gotten into the online space of trying to sell clothing. So when I take it to a local store, they only take seasonally appropriate items. So I am pulling out the stuff that's kind of fall, maybe a little bit of winter, and seeing what they'll take. So I'm going to fold it all up, go through it, and put it in bags because I just made an appointment to bring it and consign it, and I'm really excited to see what they take. Last time they took a bunch of my stuff, and they told me how much money I made from selling my stuff, so I'm going to get a check to pick up when I pick up when I drop off this clothing. Then I'll pick up a check from my stuff that I dropped off for the summer. So I'm doing this maybe 3 or so times a year, maybe 4, depending kind of on the seasons and when they take things. This is just a new place that I found. I don't know, I think it's maybe the This will be the third time that I have consigned with them. So I had a place I really enjoyed going, actually a couple I enjoyed using when I lived in Denver. And we've been in Omaha for, gosh, we're getting close to 3 years now. And this is the first place that I found that I've had a lot of success with selling items and have actually accepted my items. So I think I'm kind of sticking with it for now. And then usually if they don't accept it, I just kind of move to the donation route. But we'll see how much they accept and how much I have left over. So I'll make sure to update you here as to how it goes. I pulled the cake out of the oven. I'm going to let it start cooling, and while it starts to cool, I am going to wash my makeup brushes. This is a task I try and keep up with and do pretty regularly. I don't really have a good schedule for it, but when I notice that my makeup brushes are starting to look kind of flared out or like they're just really filling up with a lot of makeup and product, then I make sure I get on top of it and wash them. So I just do a little bit of baby shampoo in my hand, swirl the brush in there with a little bit of water, and I rinse it out, and I repeat that until I get the brushes to run clear. Very simple. And then I leave them to dry on the edge of my sink. Kind of halfway through the drying process, I just give them a little fluff in my hand. It helps them dry a little bit faster and maintain their shape, I guess, a little bit better. Okay, so I've just beat all the butter, just 2 sticks of butter. I'm going to add in 3 cups of powdered sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Beat that, and then once that is all combined, I think you're supposed to do it for about 2 minutes. Once that's all combined, then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of milk. I have more powdered sugar. I'm hoping this is enough. I'm gonna do it over the sink. You know what? That's like perfect. And the fun thing about frosting is it's not a perfect science like the baking part of this recipe is. So it's not a big deal if there's like a little bit more, a little bit less. I can always adjust the consistency with milk. Adding in my salt and my vanilla extract. And we will whip this up before I add in 2 tablespoons of milk. Okay, so I have to share that I just got the new Love Every Play Kit for Owen in the mail. These are our favorite toys. I think some of his favorite toys. They are so high quality and long lasting. I knew this was going to be the case, but we've been able to pass them all down to Henry, and they're all in excellent condition. They are stage-based learning subscription toy service boxes that you get in the mail right to your door. And there are so many different things that come in each box, and even within each box there's kind of a progression of learning that they can go through. So this box is so cute. It has this little camper that seems, you know, somewhat basic. Owen loves all things cars, so I know he's gonna love this one. But it comes with a set of keys so they can practice, you know, locking and unlocking. So now I can't get the door open. It looks like there's actually a cute little, oh my gosh, tent sunroof. And a separate thing that came with it is this cute little tent here, and there's a bunch of wooden people and sleeping bags on walls so you can coordinate the colors with them. But one of my favorite things that I don't think enough people know about, that it's part of the Love Every Playkit subscription, is this play guide that comes with all of them. So it does explain how to use all of the different things and toys that come with each of the play kits, but it also talks about what you as the parent might be going through at this stage and age, what your child can go through, so you know what to expect. But what I'm going to focus on today is it has this section called More Activities, and mornings have been tough. Sometimes weekends are tough because we're just trying to think of things to do. We're trying to encourage more independent play. And these more activities are ideas for what you can do with a lot of household items. Like there's some tubes and pom-poms that they're encouraging you to create a little activity to help entertain your child that way. This one sounds so fun, Running to Color, and it shows that there's different pieces of construction paper taped around, so you can say, okay, go run to the blue piece of paper, and they'll go run to the blue piece of paper, and as they get a little bit more advanced, you could say, okay, first run to the red, and then run to the blue, and then run to the yellow one, so they can do a little pattern, work on memory, work on steps and multiple stage instructions, all of that stuff. So I think today I am going to get these toys put away so Owen can see them and get excited. I like to do one toy at a time to keep things interesting instead of just bombarding him with all of them at once. But I'm also going to try doing a few DIY things, some from the play kit here from Love Every, and then a few others I just looked on Pinterest, or I've seen other things on Instagram or something, that I'm going to come up with a few ideas and just distribute them through the next few mornings, like the next week or so, just to keep him entertained a little bit. I do have a link in the description box if you are interested in Love Every. It makes a great gift if you don't have kids yourself. Just make sure to check that below. But I need to get started with a couple fun crafts. So the first project I'm making here, I just found this on Google, I think, or maybe it led me to Canva, and I just printed it out in two different versions, one with the shapes grayed out and one with the shapes in color, and I'm just cutting the shapes out in color, and I am going to give Owen a glue stick so he can practice working on gluing, and he's going to match up the shapes to the different grayed out shapes and the matching of the colors, and practice his gluing skills a little bit. The next one, I'm making a puzzle, a DIY puzzle with popsicle sticks. I wish I had bigger popsicle sticks, but I think this is kind of fun because I am just gluing it to the back of a picture. I found an image from the movie Cars. Owen's obsessed. And I'm going to glue it. You'll see I'm going to Mod Podge the front of it to kind of seal it a little bit better. And then I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and cut apart the popsicle sticks. And I'm probably going to do like 3 or 4 popsicle sticks at a time, so he has a larger space to try and match up just because he's younger. And as he gets a little bit more advanced, I can always cut those popsicle sticks apart even more and make it more complex for him. This last project I feel like did not turn out the way that I wanted it to, but I made a cardboard square, a cardboard rectangle, and was cutting out holes to put Dixie cups, and I was going to color the Dixie cups and have him match putting different pom-poms and little toys in the colored cups, and I feel like it just turned out looking like such a DIY project. It did not turn out cute, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this one around very long. I might let him play with it once and then probably just recycle it. After all of that DIY craft time, I'm doing more DIY crafts. I am actually making a vinyl label for a cup because one of my college friends, I used to figure skate with her. I actually coached her figure skating because I coached skating once I graduated college and law school, and she was on the team when I was in law school, and then I started coaching it a few years later. So we were both teammates, and she was, I guess, my student. And she's so supportive. She follows me and stuff on Instagram and on YouTube. And she ordered some planner pads, and I saw her name come across and was so excited that she ordered something from me. So I had to do something a little bit special because she just got engaged, and I wanted to add this little cup to her order that says Mrs. on it. So I wrote her a little congratulations for getting engaged and threw in that cup with her order because it was so sweet of her to order from my small business and clearly support me as a friend. So it seems like I had a lot of time, but honestly I didn't. And the cake, I tried to let it cool for as long as I could, but I had to head out the door so we could go to dinner. So I had to get that frosting on the cake, and it just was not cool enough. I should have put it in the refrigerator, and when I got there, the frosting was just like kind of a sloppy mess. So I threw it in the fridge there, and it kind of came together, but it was a hit. So if you want to give it a try, this is a great recipe that I really would recommend. That is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you have a wonderful and sophisticated Saturday. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video so I know you love sophisticated Saturdays, but until next time, I will see you all later.